Going down to the studio. Come on, let's go. Still got Halloween decorations up, even though it was yesterday. Have a really nice, powerful dual-wheel drive scooter that has front and back, so it'll go off-road.
Feeling like this is the tranquility spot.
Yeah, and remember in a large show detail, we walked down here and there was nothing down here before. Look at it. Steve Butt.
It's dead.
Steve. The river last year. All right, welcome to Studio Hex. This is the control room where I do a lot of writing. Got my piano, got my guitars, acoustic, baritone acoustic, a little out of tune, and a bass, and my old trusty 356 Hexam edition. Got my amp set up there for miking. This one little pedal called the H90 does every sound in the world, so lately that's all I've been using. So in designing this, you'll see from the outside that we took 3 shipping containers, put 2 of them together right here to make it sound good. You can never have 2 flat reflective surfaces. So we have glass along this, but then opposite the glass is reflective. So this is a special studio cloth, and I decided to make it kind of like a mod 60s pastel pattern. Some people on Twitch call it the Partridge Family look. But so this is totally sound absorbent. This is called Tectum. It's a building material that's completely sound absorbent. And here is a wallpaper that's bamboo cloth thing, so that's sound absorbent too, and more sound absorbent panels over there. And then also the walls aren't parallel. You can see they come in a little bit here, so there's no flamming. So when you clap your hands, it's nice and dead. My little local Topanga art piece here. It's a bicycle wheel. But these 4 paintings, 1, 2, 3, 4, are all from this wonderful artist, Richard Lauderbeck. He did the music video, the animated one for And a Ways to Go. He's a really accomplished painter and a good friend of my wife's. And apparently Robert Downey Jr. owns the other pieces from this series. So this is where I sit and work a lot. And what's kind of key is to have a standing desk. So the desk comes up so I can stand here and raise the microphone and sing. This is when I do Twitch streaming, to have the different inputs here. Massive speakers. I know they're kind of too big for this room, but you can always use more bass. These are called Genelecs. These are some of the best studio monitors in the world. And then down there I've got my audio interface. This studio is just set up for one sound at a time. So this is a Neve strip. Neve is the most classic warm analog sound. So it goes through this preamp, and then it goes into this compressor, which is called an 1176. These are really the 2 most classic vocal chain pieces. And then it goes into my Avid digital audio interface. And I record on the computer. And then here we have the Breezeway. In the evenings, I like to watch sports and play guitar. It's just kind of my decompress for the end of the day. And then this TV is on a stand. I can flip it around and sit out there on the patio area. I'm living it up. That's called the instrument room. Back here we have a bathroom. So I've got all my wonderful plaques. I've got Chad's art piece from his drumming with his light up series. This is our latest gold and platinum for the singles. And then over here, we've got an outdoor shower because I have no neighbors this way. So we can shower out in the freedom of nature. You got a nice outdoor sink here for washing dogs and that kind of thing. So as you can see, 3 shipping containers, 1, 2, 3, and I left them with the kind of raw look because I really like how they look, and I just love the way this creates a natural kind of arena feel. It's very quiet back here. I can sing at the top of my lungs and nobody can hear me. And I got a little fire pit out here. And then this is the instrument room. It's just nice to have everything set up so I can track anything. This has been my latest obsession, is the pedal steel. One of the most difficult instruments to play because you're using 3 different foot pedals, using a knee pedal to bend down, and then of course your hands, both hands, so it's very complex. There's 10 strings, so it's just like so much to remember. This is a clavinet, very superstitious Stevie Wonder keyboard.
Let the tape roll.
This is a Rhodes. This was used on like some stuff on the Blue album, like the song Next, and also the B-side called Blizza, and this one was used on All Mixed Up and Gap. This is an auto harp like my old great aunt Margaret had. It needs tuning, but it's just makes a pretty nice sound. I use this on Sever. You can hear this big blooming sound in the background on Sever. And then this is a Hammond organ. It's an M3, which is very close to the classic B3, but a little smaller. But it has the same tone wheels, so have the same sounds. This one was used on like Booker T and the MG's Green Onions. Boom, ding, boom, boom, and this is my Snake Beetlejuice. What? If you get lonely in the studio, you just need a snake hat. They're the easiest pets. They could go a year without eating.
Have you always wanted to own one, or what inspired this?
I mean, no, it's the kids get all excited about a pet and then I end up taking care of it. But I don't mind. I like animals a lot. Snake skin. I keep some extra guitars here. This is a MIDI controller, so I can make keyboard sounds and play it on a guitar. It's a tiny little company called Star Labs. This is a baritone electric guitar, Gretsch. Just starting to learn the banjo.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten good at the banjo, but I got pretty good at the mandolin, but that's up at the house right now. We were, talking about reuse, and these shipping containers are just a lot of metal that can be repurposed as a home. These things will last forever, and it just has like kind of a nice look to it. What's on your mind, beloved?
Talk to me. How often do you come to the studio?
Every day when I'm home.
What parts of Full Bloom were recorded here?
Pieces of every song, every single song. Some of it was recorded here. Actually, maybe not. You're Gonna Get It. You're Gonna Get It was not recorded here. It was recorded over at Colin Britton's place, who is now the drummer of Linkin Park. But he mixed the entire album and produced 3 songs, Colin Britton. Most of the vocals were recorded here, and a lot of guitar was recorded here. I think most of the drums were recorded at the Hive, but yeah, I just feel very comfortable here, and I can run everything myself, so I'd have SA over to record vocals.
I know you talked a little bit about this, but what instruments have you been exploring lately? Different instruments.
Getting into a lot of Americana classic instruments. On summer tour, it was the mandolin. There's a learning curve because instead of guitars are tuned to fourths, but mandolins and violins are tuned to fifths. So every string goes up like 5 frets instead of like 4 frets. So you got to learn all new chords and patterns. But it's actually really cool once you get used to it. Just learning a lot of like classic songs like Wagon Wheel by the Old Crow Medicine Show. Just cool old-timey songs. I've got a side project brewing that's going to be coming out. It's more acoustic, some bluegrass elements. Not going to put a lot of pressure, like, and then I'm going to go on tour. I have no idea, but I am going to put out some music.
Talk about the new album just a little bit. Like, you glad it's out? How long have you been working on it?
Yeah, so Full Bloom was a long time coming. I actually, a couple of the songs were written fairly close to right after Voyager, like You're Gonna Get It, I believe. Yeah, and then for me, like Mountaintop was probably the newest last song that I put forward to the album. It's nice that Tim came up with the instrumental Persimmon, and so he got a real great moment to shine on there. And Essays, Braver, is kind of a cool new texture of music that we haven't really done before. And we could have said, oh, well, maybe 10 songs isn't enough, but I really just thought, let's just do more frequent, shorter albums. Everything was kind of thrown into chaos around the pandemic and everything was nuts. So we just kind of put everything on hold. And now I'd like to think that we're going to get back into the studio more frequently. We feel like this is a big step forward. I know when I said it might sound like 311 on steroids, people, it's going to be super heavy. I didn't mean that. I just meant it's going to be everything taken further. The sweet parts, the melodic parts, the heavy parts, the riffs, the lyrics, the grooves, the beats, putting everything up to 311. And thank you for visiting me here at Studio Hex in Topanga. Gotta get a running start.